Good morning, class. Once again, we are going to discuss some important contents, important topics in our business studies. So, be ready with your doubts, your queries. So, in the business studies in class 11th, commerce, we have first chapter named Nature and Purpose of Business. As our chapter is there, something about the business. In this chapter, we are going to find out the nature and the different purposes of doing a business activities and which type of activities comes under the business, that we also discuss in this chapter. Okay, so let's start. So before the starting about chapters, we have to see just nearby our areas, different pupils, they are engaged in different type of the activities. Some human beings, they are engaged to produce goods, they are engaged in providing different type of the services, and these goods and services help us to satisfy our demands. Okay, so if we are talking about the business, so business, that is nothing, that is a kind of activities which helps to satisfy the human being, which helps to satisfy the human needs. So how? As we can see in our daily life, we used to do different type of the activities, and these activities are classified into two parts: economic activities and non-economic activities. All the activities which help us to earn money, that is called economic activities. Okay, just like a shop owner who used to sell different type of the goods, vegetable sellers, newspaper hawker, peddlers. Okay, they all are engaged in doing some type of the economic activities. So whatever economic activities they are doing, that is a kind of business. And some activities are there which we do just not for the earning of money, that we do for the psychological satisfaction. Just like if I am talking about myself, in the school or colleges, I used to teach students just for the money, that is my economic activities, but that is not business. Okay, but if I am teaching to my daughter or the son at my home, then it can't be considered as economic activities, because I will give you time there, I will regularly teach them, but they are not in the position to pay me the fees, okay, what I am teaching to them. So we are engaged, just like, and one more example we can take, just like some doctors, they provide free of cost services in the different kind of ashrams or the charitable places and all. Okay, so they are not charging their fees for their services, so that is a kind of non-economic activities, because such a type of activities give us mental peace. Okay, so in the business organization, first we used to identify the demand and the need of the pupil, and we try to satisfy that person. So all the activities which are engaged in the satisfaction of consumers, that comes under the business. And business, that is the central part of our life. Without uh, business organizations or the businesses, we can't imagine about the human life. Just like today, whatever things, whatever goods we are required, that we can get on the fingertip. Okay, we just put the order, online orders, or just we make a call to the shop owners, they provide us home delivery facilities. Okay, so here business, simple definition of business: business refers to any occupation in which people regularly engaged in an activity with a view of earning profit. The activity may consist of production or purchase of goods for sale, or exchange of goods or supply of services to satisfy the need of other people. So business organization, that is a very wider concept. In the business activities, we can include many things. So whatever type of activities we do under the business, it should be regularly. Okay, it should be on regular basis, not on the alternative basis, and the main motive of doing that activity should be earning of profit. Okay, So we can do different type of activities, just like we can manufacture goods, we can produce different type of the goods, or we can purchase goods for selling purpose. By the selling of that goods or the providing that services, we can earn money and we can satisfy the need of the people. Just like if I have any kind of provisional store, so in that provisional store I will purchase different sort of the goods, and that goods I will use to sell to the different customers. So there I have purchased goods for the selling purpose, and once when I will resell that good, then only I will get profit. Okay, so that is our business activities. Then here, as we have discussed in the very beginning, in our life, basically we used to perform two different type of the activities, economic and non-economic activities. So all the activities which we do to earn money is considered or called economic activities. Just like for earning of money, we can be engaged in different type of the activities, just like we can manufacture goods or we can provide different type of the services, and we can engage in jobs. Okay, just if I am talking about myself, so I am a professional teacher. By the profession I am a teacher, and teaching, that is my profession, and I am working for Gurukul International School, Janjgir. So I am working under the management, it means I am working for my employer. Okay, so it may be in the form of job. And another way, we have non-economic activities, all the activities which we do for the mutual love, mutual bondings, for the sentiments, etc., that is called non-economic activities. Just like, if most probably in most of the houses, housewives used to cook foods. Okay, so whatever food they used to cook at home, that is non-economic activities, because after the just for the cooking of food, they are not getting any remuneration, any salary or anything. Okay, but they are doing, why they are doing? Just because of the bonding with family, just because of the love with the family members. Okay, if that same task someone is doing somewhere else, in any hotels or the dhabas or restaurants, then definitely they will charge for it. In that case, it will be considered as economic activities. Okay, so we have to flow, we have to discuss, we have to continue with the economic activities, because we are talking about the businesses, about the money, about the profit, and by doing any non-economic activities, we are not going to earn money. So let's continue with the economic activities. So for earning of money, we can do different type of the activities, and as these are classified as business, as profession, and as employment. So what is business activities? What are the characteristics of business activities? Because we have already seen the meaning and definitions of the businesses. So first and the very important thing, all the businesses, they are considered to be an economic activities, because there should be the involvement of money or the profit. If money or the profits are not engaged there, then it can't be considered as economic activities. If you go to any doctors and he charge for it, for their services, then it will be considered as economic activities. But if he is providing any kind of treatment free of cost and he is not going to charge anything to you, then it will be considered non-economic activities for that doctor. Then in the business activities, we must be involved in the production of goods or providing any sort of the services. And all the activities whatever we do in the business, it should help us to satisfy our needs. If that is not going to satisfy our needs, then it can't be the complete business activities. Then dealing on a regular basis, whatever activities we will do in the businesses, it should be on the regular basis. Okay, not the alternatives कि आज कर लिया फिर एक महीने बाद stop, then after we have did, है ना, ऐसा नहीं करना है, that we have to continue regularly. Then profit earning, that is the main motive of doing a business. You have seen lot of the businessmen are there, and basically they focus onto their profit, how they can get or earn more and more profit. So profit earning, that is the very important element and prospect of doing a business. And element of risk, the volume of risk decide the volume of profit in the business organization. Without involvement of risk, we can't do any kind of business. Okay, so business is the very important element. Without risk, there is no business. So before we proceed for the further, let me discuss some important contents, some important things which will help us to learn many concepts. Okay, so as we have seen economic activities, so we must be involved in economic activities. Then we have to deal with the production or the providing different kind of the goods or services, and human need satisfactions, regular basis, profit earning, and elements of risk. So you just imagine what is the volume of risk and how risk helps businessmen to earn profit. Okay, so you just imagine if you got the opportunity for any business, just like first at the very beginning, at the very starting, you got the job of as a rickshaw driver. Okay, auto driver or the rickshaw driver. So what do you think? What will be your salary? Maximum 10,000 or 15,000 in a month, not more than this. Okay, and suppose if you meet with an accident, so what? Definitely. So हाथ पैर थोड़ा सा टूटेगा, है ना, बहुत ज़्यादा तो कुछ नहीं होगा. ओके, चलिए, तो इट वॉज रिक्शा बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव टू drive that rickshaw more than 30 kilometers per hour or 40 kilometers per hour, and we have to ride that rickshaw just in the town only. Okay, we are not going for long drives and all in rickshaws, so there is very less risk. That's why we used to earn very less amount. Suppose if we are a truck driver, then in that we have lot of risk. Okay, so when you will drive such a kind of things like truck, bus and all, for that you have to charge lot of money as a salary and all, because the volume of risk is more in that situation. How the risk is more in that situation? Because most probably we have seen कि roads में जो accident होते हैं उसमें truck और buses के numbers ज़्यादा होते हैं. If the numbers of buses and trucks are more in road accident, definitely there is a big risk. Okay, so other than this, if you got the opportunity as a train loco pilot, then definitely there are also risk, because अगर कभी ट्रेन गलती से एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है तो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली बॉडी की हालत बहुत ख़राब हो जाती है. इट मीन्स दे हैव टू कट ऑल द कंपार्टमेंट्स एंड दे यूज़ gas cutters and all. Okay, that is very risky job. So that's why they got more salary, and for that they need to do lot of study also. And okay, other than this, अगर आपको गलती से पायलट बनने का मौका मिलता है, ठीक है, so definitely your salary will be much higher than as a auto driver, as a truck driver or as a train drivers. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर एरोप्लेन का कभी एक्सीडेंट हुआ, कुछ हुआ, वहाँ पे क्रैश हुआ, सो यू कैन इमेजिन कि हमारी बॉडी भी नहीं मिलती. कई बार तो पूरा का पूरा प्लेन ही गायब हो जाता है, नहीं मिलता, और कई महीनों कई सालों के बाद में मिलता है. यू कैन, फॉर दैट यू कैन सर्च ऑन गूगल. ओके, सो द इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ रिस्क डिसाइड द वॉल्यूम ऑफ प्रॉफिट. अब एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल लेते हैं. Just like one of the student of your class, he having some good quality of the pen. Okay, good quality of the pen. So I asked him, beta, your pen that is very good, looking very nice, can you give it to me? What is the cost of that pen? So definitely he is going to study commerce, so definitely he will try to get some profit to me. So if he has purchased by 100 rupees, then simply he will told me, sir, that I had purchased by 120, but I will charge you just only 110 to you. Okay, and I will be happy. Okay, because I am not aware about the cost of that pen. हो गया, मैंने उसको पैसे दिए, उसने मुझे वो पेन दिया. सो देयर इज़ अ ट्रांजेक्शन. सर, ही सोल्ड गुड्स टू यू, ही वॉज अ सेलर, यू आर अ बायर. Okay, so it can be considered as economic activities because he is getting profit. As you told us that in the business activities the main and the very important element is profit. Sir, profit is there, buyer is there, seller is there, everything is there. So can it be considered as business activities? No, it can't be considered as business activities because whatever pen that student sold me, that is not the activities of that student on the regular basis. ठीक है, वो सडनली कभी हो गया तो हो गया, डेली नहीं हो रहा है, तो रेगुलर बेसिस नहीं है, इसलिए ये बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज़ नहीं है. And he was not dealing with such a type of the item or the commodity, that's why it's not a business transaction. Profit earning, that is another thing that he will get, but that is not the exact profit. Okay, so after the characteristics of business, we have next thing, that is of the profession. Okay, the second economic activities, that is of profession. Profession, it means engaging someone who is engaged in providing services comes under the profession. And just to become the professionals, we will require high qualifications and the knowledge. Just if we are talking about the doctors, for becoming a doctors we need to work hard. हमको बहुत सारा हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ता है. ओके, बहुत सारा प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता है. आफ्टर डूइंग लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क, लॉट ऑफ प्रैक्टिसेस, देन ओनली वी कैन ईजिली गेट द चांस टू बी अ डॉक्टर. ओके, दे आर प्रोफेशनल, उस प्रोफेशन का वो बहुत सारा प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. And engineers, they also do lot of practice. Teachers, they also do lot of practice and lot of things. So these are called professions. Okay, and for the professions we are required qualifications, and different things are there, we will discuss later on. And last and the very important thing, that is of employment. Employment, under the employment, a person works under the employer, under the another person, that is called employment. Just like if I am teaching somewhere else, I am serving someone else, then it will be considered my job, that is called employment. So there is difference between the business, profession and employment. So business enterprises, entrepreneurs decision and other legal formalities if necessary. So first and the very important difference, mode of establishment, how we establish businesses. So business can be established with the help of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, it means the owner needs to do some legal activities or the formalities, then only they can start business activities. And for the profession, we are required membership of a professional bodies. Just like all the doctors, they are registered under the All India Medical Councils. All the lawyers, they are registered under the Chamber of Law. Okay, so they have a specific body. According to that body, they have to register. And in the employment, we need only the appointment letter or the service agreement. The next and the second and the very important thing, that is nature of work. In the business, basically we provide goods and services to the public. For that we make provisions. And in the profession, we do not use to sell goods. Basically in the profession, we use to provide different type of the services. Okay, expert services. And in the employment, we just perform our work according to the service contract. In the organization, there may be different pupils having different skills and they are working on at the different post. And the next, qualification. For starting a business, we are not required qualifications. Okay, not much qualifications. And for doing any kind of professional activities, we are required highly professional skills we are required. And in the employment, qualifications and trainings, everything is required or necessary as per the job profile. Which type of activities you are doing, accordingly you will be required your qualification and all. Then, so reward of return, if we are doing anything, so what can be get as a reward? Okay, so in the business organization, profit is the reward of business. Okay, the volume of risk decide the volume of profit. And in the profession, after providing the services by the doctor, he receive fees. So fee is the reward of profession, and in the employment, salary, the salaries, wages, commissions, these are the reward of employment. Capital investment की बात करते हैं. So for the starting up of any business, we will require high investment, high capital. Okay, without higher capital or without higher investment, we can't start any kind of the organizations. And for the professions, we are required less capital in the comparison of a business. Just like if any doctor is there, then he need to purchase some machineries, beds or small things. Okay, and if any lawyer is there, then he need to purchase one table and chairs and a place where he can use to sit. So according to the nature of work or the professions, they are required investment. And for doing employment, there is no requirement of capital. And next, and the very important element, that is of risk, as we have discussed many times. So in the business, as we know, profits are not certain, that is not fixed, okay, because of the irregular, and risk is present in the business activities. So the volume of risk is higher in business activities. In profession, we have less risk, okay, very less risk, and in the employment there is no risk. And transfer of interest, here interest, it means charge on capital. We are not talking about charge on capital, okay. So here interest, it means involvement, okay. So in the business, transfer possible with some formalities. If someone has started their business and later on they can sell it to another person, but just by the some formalities. But in the profession, if any doctor is there, then he or she can't transfer their interest. अगर कोई डॉक्टर में जाके बोलता हूँ भाई तुमने कितना खर्च किया, उतना पैसा मेरे से ले लो और मुझे अपने डॉक्टर की डिग्री दे दो. I can take his degree, but I can't treat patient like a doctor, okay. And in the employment, that is also not possible, because for the employment we are required skills, okay, according to the job profile, so that we can't transfer. And next we have code of conduct. In the code of conduct, for the business organization, we have very less code of conducts which are given by the government authorities, which we have to follow. And in the profession, we have strict professional code and conducts. If you are going to breach or break all the code of conducts, then your license as a doctor, as a lawyer or as a CA can be cancelled. And employment, in the employment we have some code of conduct, but these code of conduct are given by that specific business organization, not by the government, okay. So it was all about the economic activities, non-economic activities, then after different type of the economic activities and difference in between the different economic activities. So here we are again with the to continue different type of the business activities, okay. In this chapter we have to discuss this complete chart. So business having two things, first is industry, second one is commerce. And industries can be classified into three parts: primary industry, secondary industry and tertiary industry. And trade can be classified into commerce can be classified into two parts. First is trade and second one is called aids to trade or auxiliaries to trade, okay. All the elements which helps for trading. Then in the primary industries, that you have already studied in your previous class in the 10th standard under the economics, about the primary, secondary and tertiary sector, which is also called service sector, okay. So in the primary industry, first extractive industry and genetic industry. So first we have to find out the primary industry. What is primary industry? So primary industries are the base for rest of the industries, that is basis for the secondary industry and the tertiary industry. Basically in the primary industry we are totally depend on the natural resources, just like the in the extractive industries we used to extract something out of nature, okay. And genetic industry, that comes like poultry farming or dairy farming and all, okay. In the genetic farming we used to